It's the summer before my freshman year in high school. I'm 14 years old and I am hot to get to the party. But first my parents had asked me to go on a lawn mowing chore. Now, that's not unusual because I lived in a rural area and we tended to help each other out. But the outcome of that day was a terrible riding lawnmower accident. I spent my entire summer and most of my freshman year in high school in and out of the hospital, trying first to save my life and then to save my leg. And as you can imagine, a 14-year-old dealing with the healthcare system like that, well, it creates an interesting full body awareness like no others. Now, go with me to a scene of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Esmeralda is in big trouble. She's tied to an altar, and the villagers and the powers that be are about to set her on fire. Quasimodo knows that if he can get her inside Notre Dame, then she will be safe. So he swings down on a rope, he snatches her up from the altar and swings them both into Notre Dame, and with one word he saves them. He yells, "Sanctuary." Sanctuary. It's a word we all kind of know. But after that day on the lawnmower 28 years ago, I've come to understand that everyone needs a sanctuary as a vital part of the whole healthy human experience. Sanctuary, a place of solace and healing. Because in the sanctuary, you can just let all the go of the world. My sanctuary. I am safe. I'm fed. And I'm okay. Mind, body, spirit, I am nourished. Now, I've never been tied to an altar or about to be set on fire, but I did run for mayor in 2018, and that was pretty close. But like anyone else, life comes at me. God, give me a place to go where all of the trouble and the can just slip away. My garden is my sanctuary. Now, go with me to July of 2013. It's a week before my daughter's 9th birthday. I had just started a nonprofit right here in Corpus Christi, Texas, where I believed we would fill the void of a vital local food system. Now, we'd created a farmer's market and a community teaching garden, the first of its kind in our area. My fiance and I were blending our families and moving everyone in together. But on the day that I was about to move in with my daughter in the car, we were rear-ended in a car collision that totaled my car and left me with a traumatic brain injury. Now, as you can imagine, the PTSD from the lawn mowing accident is churning inside of me, and I'm looking for a place to recover because we all need a place to recover from time to time. And for me, it was that community teaching garden. And in that garden, I avoided interpersonal conflict at any cost. Now, I imagine myself being Quasimodo. I swing out and over the garden and yell, "Sanctuary, not here." A sanctuary is a place of reverence and respect. Now, your modern day sanctuary should give you all of the pieces that you need for mind, body, and spiritual connection. But what do I mean? Well, my garden, my sanctuary, feeds my mind. I have learned so much in that garden. I've learned more math and science than I could have ever learned in any formal education. And I learned about spatial reasoning and interpersonal dynamics and weather and geology and soil science and the connection between human and the earth. And I learned that when I dig my hands in the soil and get those beautiful microbes underneath my fingernails, that it can actually calm my mind through microbiology. My garden, my sanctuary, strengthens my body. What do they tell you about getting well? Well, go exercise, go for a run, join the gym. Well, my garden is my gym, and I lift, and I press, and I squat, and I stretch. In my garden, in my gym, in the fresh air and the sunshine, and with those microbes under my soil that I mentioned before, not only can it help my mental health, but it can also boost my gut bacteria. What else do they tell you about being well? Eat healthy. My sanctuary is my primary supermarket where I can get nutrient-dense, chemical-free food that comes out of my garden, into my kitchen, and into my body. I love the sustenance that my sanctuary provides. My garden, my sanctuary, nurtures my spirit. I learned many years ago that my spirit aligns with creativity and beauty and love. I learned so much in that garden about life and death and patience. And I learned about the connection between the earth and the inherent spiritual being that exists, the inherent spirit that exists right there in the garden. And I learned that we can all have that if we will just simply slow down and breathe it in. In my garden with my bare feet on the ground in the sunshine and the fresh air, I pray. And my mind connects with community. And I connect with my higher self. What's your sanctuary? Where do you feed your mind, your body, and your spirit? If you don't have one, that's okay. But think for a moment of the world that we live in today. Do you need one? In today's world, we are all seeking sustenance and wellness. All across the world, gardens are thriving. And think about a space that brings in all of the mind, body, spiritual awakening that you can get in a space that is so natural, so beautiful, and yes, so accessible. And if you need some help getting started, reach out to me. I would love to share my sanctuary with you. Thank you.